Welcome back to Inspire AI, the podcast where we help leaders, builders, and communities become calm, capable, and intentional in an AI-accelerated world. I recently joined a leadership offsite, and one of the themes of this offsite was transformational leadership in the age of AI. Now, I won't be talking much about what I learned in that session, but the phrase transformational leadership in the age of AI truly inspired me. It inspired me because I aspire to be the best leader in this AI-driven world. So much that I wanted to dig into this theme, this generalized set of concerns, and figure out, what does transformational leadership really mean to me? What does it mean to the community around me? How is it changing the world around it? And especially with the lens of what forces are modifying the concept of transformational leadership. And the forces I speak of are the AI systems and influences that are driving so much change around us today. And in this series, every week, we're going to cut through some of the obvious hype and translate the research that I've done to explore how AI is reshaping leadership, the organizations around us, and the way we work, without losing sight of what makes us human. So I want to start with a question. What is the biggest challenge for leaders concerning artificial intelligence? I hypothesize that the biggest challenge is that one of learning how to lead while everything around you changes. And today, we're kicking off this series by exploring why transformational leadership has never been more important. We're going to take some age-old concepts around transformational leadership, dive into them, exploring what exactly that actually means, how to relate to it personally, and then what changes are occurring through transformational leadership. And despite everything AI is changing, one thing hasn't changed at all, and that is people still look to leaders for clarity before certainty exists. I want to begin with something that surprised me. Across organizations worldwide, employees are adopting AI faster than leadership is developing a strategy for it. Think about that. The people doing the work are already experimenting. They're using ChatGPT, Claude, you name it. They're automating repetitive tasks. They're finding faster ways to write, analyze, and create. Meanwhile, many executives are still asking, should we even allow this? That's a huge disconnect, but it's not a real technology problem. It's a leadership problem. Throughout history, every major technological shift has required new tools, but every successful transformation has required something much harder, a compelling vision built on trust and the ability to help people navigate uncertainty. That is what we are going to refer to as transformational leadership. When leadership scholars like James McGregor Burns and Bernard Bass introduced transformational leadership decades ago, they didn't really have much concept of software in mind. They were describing leaders who elevate people beyond transactions, leaders who create purpose, who inspire innovation, who develop others, who help people believe they are capable of more than they imagined. Those ideas became known as the 4 I's: idealized influence, 1, inspirational motivation, 2, intellectual stimulation, 3, and individualized consideration, 4 I's. And the remarkable thing is that these principles haven't become outdated because of AI. They've just become more valuable. While AI is generating information, it cannot generate meaning. Yes, it can summarize reports, but it cannot create trust. It can do all sorts of recommending and decision-making, but it cannot inspire people to believe in a future worth building. That is what leadership is for, and it remains deeply human. Many people will ask, is AI replacing leaders? But I bring this series to you so we can ask, what kind of leaders will thrive when intelligence becomes abundant? It's not going to be the leader who knows every tool. It's the leader who helps a people adapt. Think about your own organization for a second. People don't just need software licenses. They need permission to experiment. They need psychological safety to make mistakes. They need guidance about what good AI looks like. And they need confidence that technology is helping them grow not replacing them. That's leadership. Consider organizations that have successfully embraced AI. They didn't begin by buying software. They began by changing culture. Executives communicated a clear vision. Teams were encouraged to learn. Champions emerged inside departments. People shared successes. Governance evolved alongside experimentation. Notice what happens here. Technology wasn't the driving transformation. Leadership was. The AI simply accelerated what good leaders had already created, a culture willing to learn. Whether you're leading a company or a department or a classroom or even a small team, here are three questions really, worth reflecting on as soon as you can. First, am I giving people clarity or simply giving them tools? Because software without direction creates confusion. Believe me, vision will create momentum and inspiration. Second, am I rewarding experimentation? The organizations that learn fastest will outperform those that wait for certainty. Believe you me. And third, what remains uniquely human? As AI grows more capable, the competitive advantage shifts toward judgment, empathy, ethics, creativity, critical thinking. The future belongs to leaders who strengthen those capabilities, not ignoring them. Throughout this series of episodes, we're going to explore governance, human AI collaboration, data literacy, workflow redesign, ethics, agentic AI, and practical leadership strategies that can apply immediately. But everything begins here. Leadership isn't becoming less important. It's becoming more consequential because technology changes rapidly. Human adaptation doesn't. And that's where great leaders make the difference. Not by having all the answers, but by helping others navigate questions that never existed before. That's transformational leadership in the age of AI. If there's one idea I'd leave you with today, it's this. The future won't be shaped by organizations with the most AI. It will be shaped by organizations with leaders who help people use AI wisely. Up next, we're going to explore what happens when AI stops being just a tool and starts becoming a teammate. Now, I've spoken about this before, but I'm going to go ahead and start it up again because it's a new series and we need to keep learning and relearning because that's what's changing around us, everything. We're going to explore what does it really mean to lead teams where humans and intelligent systems work side by side. We're going to find that out together. So until next time, stay curious, keep innovating, keep leading with wisdom in a world where intelligence is becoming abundant because humanity remains your greatest advantage. This episode of Inspire AI Podcast is sponsored by Exponent 21. I keep hearing the same thing from business leaders lately. We're doing the work, but leads are harder to explain. Traffic is down, attribution feels fuzzy, and the old answers don't really fit anymore. What's changed is how people search. Instead of clicking links, people are asking questions, and AI is answering them. Tools like ChatGPT, Google's AI-powered results, and Perplexity are shaping which brands get mentioned, referenced, and remembered. Exponent 21 specializes in AI SEO. They help businesses understand how to show up consistently inside those AI-generated answers across questions about their industry, their services, and their brand. What stands out to me is that when people ask AI tools, who's leading in this space? Exponent 21 and its leaders are often referenced near the top. That comes from doing the work and shaping how this new search environment actually functions. To understand what this shift means for your business, visit exponent21.com.